for today's workout, you're just going to need a pair of dumbbells. I'm going to be using a pair of 20 pounders. You can certainly go lighter or heavier depending on how you feel with these movements. We have 4 different movements, and we're going to use 2 of the dumbbells for one movement and then 1 of the dumbbell for 2 additional movements. So let me go through each of the movements right now and we'll talk about the format. So the first is going to be a dumbbell thruster. We're going to be doing sets of 10. I'll show you a couple from the side and a couple from the front just to review. So this is the one where I'm going into a squat, snapping my hips, finishing with the weight overhead, locking my elbows out at the top. Let me show you a couple from the front. And notice I'm using my momentum from the squat as I stand up to really snap my hips and get that all the way overhead. So you're going to do 10 of those per round. Then the next movement is going to be sit-ups. So this is the one where we're going to do feet together, knees apart. We're going to reach back behind us, make sure there's enough space for your head. Reach back, touch the ground, and then you're going to throw your arms, touch the ground in front of you there. I'll show you a couple. Like that. Those are we're going to do 20 per round. The next one, we're going to use 1 dumbbell. We're going to hold it in the goblet position, or like this, and then we're going to do goblet squats. So this is going to look like this, sending our hips back, chest up, knees apart. Let me show you a few from the side. And then again, those are going to be 10 per round. And then finally, we're going to do a Russian twist, which is 1 dumbbell, sitting on the ground, chest up, trying to avoid rounding our back. And then if you can, you're also going to pick your feet up off the ground. If that's too much for you, just focus on the positioning without the feet off the ground. But what that would look like is this. So we're going to go touch the dumbbell on one side of the ground, rotate, touch on the other side. I'm really trying to prioritize keeping my chest up, flat, neutral spine as best I can. If that's too much, keep your heels planted. Do the same thing, but without the feet off the ground, okay? Those are gonna be 20 total per round. And how the count's gonna go, it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay? After we finish that set of 20 Russian twists, we're gonna get a 1-minute rest. And then we're gonna do that each round for 4 total rounds. So once again, it's 10 dumbbell thrusters, 20 sit-ups, 10 goblet squats, and then 20 Russian twists, followed by a 1-minute rest, 4 total rounds. I'm gonna get the clock set. Feel free to have some water nearby. You can use it, drink that water during that minute rest. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. Starting with those thrusters. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, 10 thrusters. And after 10, set the weights down. We have 20 sit-ups. Use those transitions between movements to recover your breathing as best you can. 20 sit-ups. Really try to throw your arms. Use that momentum to your advantage. And after 20, we're back to our feet. Grabbing one dumbbell, and we're doing our 10 goblet squats. So again, this is holding this in front, sending our hips back 10 times. After 10, set that down nearby. We're back to the ground. Now we're doing the Russian twists. Remember, we get a 1 minute break after this one. 20 total. And then after 20, we rest. We got a 1 minute break. Try to bring your heart rate down. 1 minute's gonna go by fast. If you get a chance, take some big inhales, preferably through your nose, and then slow exhale. That can come out anywhere. Again, if you have water nearby, help yourself. 30 seconds. And we have round number 2. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to the 10 thrusters. After 10, we'll set those down. We're on to our 20 sit-ups. And after those 20, we're back to our feet. Grabbing one dumbbell for our for our goblet squats. 10 squats. After those 10, set the weight nearby, back to the ground. We're on our 20 Russian twists, and then again, we get another minute break. after 20, set that down. We're gonna rest for another minute. Nicely done. Feel free to walk around, get some water again. Bring your heart rate back down as best you can. We're halfway through it. Thirty seconds. Second to last round coming up. Ten seconds. And we're back to the thrusters. 3, 2, 1, and go ahead. 10 thrusters. After those 10, set your weights down. We're back to our 20 sit-ups. And after those 20, we're back to our feet, back to our goblet squats, grabbing one dumbbell, 10 goblet squats. After those 10, set your weight to the side, nearby, back to the ground. We're back to our Russian twist. Again, 20 reps, and then we have a minute to rest. Make sure you're breathing. After 20, set that down. We're gonna rest for another minute. Again, feel free to walk around, get a sip of water, shake out your arms and legs a little bit. We got one final round coming up. Seconds. Final set of all the movements. Just trying to get a couple controlled breaths before we start this last round. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Final set. Last 10 thrusters. After those 10, set your weights down. Next, we have our final set of those 20 sit-ups. And after those 20, you're done with sit-ups. We're back to our feet for our final set of goblet squats. Final 10. After those 10, set your weight close by, back to the ground. Our final set of Russian twists. Last 20 reps, the workout's done after this. And after 20, set that down. You are all done. Nice job. Stand back up. Bring your heart rate down one more time. That took us right around 15 minutes. Very good job. Bring your heart rate down and then you're all done.